I'm Dylan, and welcome to Twisted Wrench Garage. What's up, YouTube, and thanks for joining me on another episode of Twisted Wrench Garage. This week we're going to head out to where Black Pearl is and we're going to start tearing apart that motor. We want to find out what kind of condition that motor is in, find out what the block looks like, the heads, cam, all the bearings, and we're going to see what all that's going to tell us when it comes to what we need to do to do a rebuild on it. Cheaper rebuild, because I'm not looking to pay, a bunch of money for rebuild. So let's go find out what this motor's gonna need. guys, there's the intake and valve covers off. You guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like in there. A little dirty. Switch to this other side. And this side, that side over there is a little bit more dirty. You can see the clumps of stuff that were inside here. And take a good look at the cam. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull that out. I'll show that to Mike and see what he thinks. I'm not a professional engine builder by any means, so. But she's dirty in there. Real quick, I wanted to share this with you guys too. I didn't know if I went over it previously, but you guys can see here is the push rods for the rocker arms. I did go ahead and put them exactly as they were in the engine. That's the front of the block. I went ahead and labeled it, and then they're coming front to back, front to back. Because if you're going to reuse those, you want to make sure you get them in the exact same spot. Same thing with the lifters as well. I've got those set out exactly the way they were, but those are probably going to get replaced when I get the new cam. So something else I just wanted to share with you guys. All over the shoes. That's nice. Oof. Oof. A little up close and personal look here. It's not very good down in there. See if I can give you guys a little bit of shade for what you're looking at here. The passenger side is way worse. The driver's side isn't as bad. You can see I got a little bit of water in it when I was cleaning it, but that down there is not from me. This driver's side, rear piston, there's one right in front of it. There's a lot of crap down in there. But this side is better than the passenger side. That needs replacing that. Here's the cylinder heads. Get you guys a little view of it before my phone dies. That's the underneath of them. And that's the driver's side here. That's the side that wasn't as bad, and then that's the passenger side. Well, we got all the parts on a little cart here. I think those heads are going to get sent off to get cleaned and such, so got to get some more parts and continue getting the engine pulled apart. I ran out of battery today on my camera, so rather than lose footage, I'll just take a break and charge my phone and come back out here and get back at it again. Alright, we're back out here again, another day. We're going to get the rest of this engine tore apart. I think first step I'm going to do is go ahead and pull the camshaft out. And I've already got the lifters, the push rods, heads, all that's all taken out. You guys saw that before. I'm also going to push the pistons out as well as pull the crank out. Then we're going to get this down to bare block. And then I can go ahead and determine what I'm going to do from there. Definitely going to hone the cylinder walls if possible. If possible. I'm definitely going to do that because as you guys saw on the passenger side, there is some rust. So we do want to get to that. So let me get you guys in a better spot and we'll start tearing the rest of this down. Alright guys, first up I'm going to go ahead and get this cam plate off. This is 3 bolts, 1/2 inch. Plate on it. And the last one. Definitely smells like burnt oil in this thing. I can smell it just from pulling these bolts out. And that's the plate that holds our cam in. Goes in like so. You want to be careful with this too, because it will try to drop in certain locations. So you just want to lift as you're going through. It should slide out nice and easy like. Once you get to a certain point, make sure you get it nice and level and it'll come right out. Definitely looks like it's had a little bit of wear. Now this camshaft itself here guys, this is a flat tappet cam. This isn't a roller style cam, which is going to be in like my 87. But since this is a 75 block, it uses flat tappets, which is just the normal lifter, which has a flat surface at the bottom, which then rests on these and moves. And then the roller ones actually are the same thing, just at the bottom of them they have a roller that rolls on these rather than a flat tappet. So definitely got to make sure I use zinc additive in this engine when I do oil changes, or else it'll burn these cam lobes up really, really quickly. So that's a good thing to know. All right, we got it spinning freely. It goes all the way around now. It just had a bit of ring ridge from sitting for so long on that passenger side. So I got a stamping set here. This one's through Pittsburgh. I got one I get at home. I'm going to use this to stamp these pistons so I know where they go and I can go ahead and put them back in the same spots when we get to that point. Grab myself a little one real quick. Take right here on top of our cap. And that gives us a 1. And I just need to go through and do all the rest of them. We got number 2. Gives us a number 2. Should give us a 3. Give us 4. 5. I'm going to need to rotate. Let's get this turned around. About there. We get number 5. We got 6. That was a G, not a 6. I thought it was a 6, but it was a G. Hey, there's the 6. Up here and we'll put a 6. There's our 6 and G, obviously. Got a letter G on there now. Because G's for good, that's why. Alright, we'll get number 7 and 8. Those are the last ones we need to do. That's an L. Looks like a 7. It'll work. I'm going to rotate it a little bit more. Should be able to get it from right here. This will be number 8. Alright, we got them numbered. Now we just need to pull them all out. Alright, I want to show you guys the stamping that I did, just to show that it's done. Got the 1 there. And you got 2. And you got 3 there, you can kind of see it. 4. Rotate this engine around again. And you got 5. You guys can see the 7 down there. And there's that little mess up where we got a G on there, so I went ahead and put a 6 above it. And you got 7 and 8. So those are all stamped. The next part I'm gonna pull is this oil pump. Well, I pulled an idiot move and didn't hit the record button when I was pulling out all these pistons. So I'll show you guys all the pistons after I get this crankshaft out. A little mad at myself right now for that. Really, really mad at myself actually. Because I pulled all those pistons out and was expecting you guys to be watching along with me, and no, I didn't hit the record button. So you guys didn't get to see any of that. So yay. I did go ahead and get all these broke free. All the pistons and rods are out again, like I said. I'll show you when I get done. So we pull these off and I'll set them aside. Show you what we're looking at. At least I can show you the crank bearings. Now I'm just making them dirtier than they already were. There's number 1. Number 2. Three. Our last one has part of our oil pump on it. Rear seal. There's our rear seal right there. So that'll get changed out. That bearing doesn't look super bad. It's actually pretty good. Alright, so I'll show you these bearings. I didn't pull out this one. I missed one. You guys saw that. You guys were saying, hey, you missed one. Alright, there's number 4, sorry. And then 5 was that oil and rear main seal. There you go. Now, I can rotate it and show you guys how the crank looks. It doesn't look like it's real scarred up or anything, so I think we're okay on that.
ahead and pull this out now. Alright. You get a look at the end crankshaft bearings. They're not real horrible. I'm not seeing a lot of brass through. A little bit here. Definitely in the middle a little bit. A little bit on the back. So, I mean, it looks like they were wearing fairly even. That right there is for our oil pump. That's what drives our oil pump from the crankshaft up to the distributor. Alright, so that's an engine all disassembled. All I gotta do is just put these main caps back on. And these are already numbered. I don't have to stamp these like the pistons. It's labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the numbers all go on the driver's side of the block. We're just going to put all this stuff back on here. That way these don't get lost or nothing. This is going to have, those heads are going to have to go to the machine shop, and I'll have to talk with Mike about the pistons and such. He knows a little bit better about these engines than I do when it comes to what it's going to need to get it back up and going. I'll get the engine flipped over and I'll show you the cylinder walls and such as well. So let me go get my hands washed off, cleaned up, and then I'll bring you guys back, show you the bare block and the pistons and the rods and the bearings that were on those, because you guys missed that footage. So I'll be right back. All right, there's the bare block. And you guys can see the crank bearings. There's the cylinder walls. I'll show you those a little bit better when I flip it over. But it's all tore down. Get this girl flipped over here. Alright, got her all flipped over. The cylinder walls don't really look super bad. This is the driver's side. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of gashes or nothing. I don't feel any ridges. Well, hold on. Right there, I can feel the ring ridge with my nail. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. This one too? Yeah. I mean, other than the ring ridge, the cylinders look really good. Now the passenger side, that's a little different story. Probably have to throw a hone in it and see what we can get out of it. You can see right there, that's where I've got a little bit of rubbing on that cylinder wall. Here's number 1, 2, 3, number 3. That's pretty rusted. So there's the other two. Check ring ridge here, see what we're looking at. Yeah, I can feel it here too. It's not as bad over here as it was on the other side. That just feels bad. And that, it's okay. Cam bearings, I did kind of give those a glance, and they look okay-ish, but they're probably going to go ahead and get replaced anyways. If you guys can see in there. Definitely a little bit of a hard spot to see. So that's the bare engine block. I did, like I said, I missed the footage of pulling all these pistons out because apparently I forgot to hit the record button. But I did get all the pistons out. They're all lined up there. Cams out. The bearings on them, they all looked okay-ish. There were some that, there were probably 5 or 4 that had, there you go, you can see it, see that line through it there. There's a little bit of a line in that one. But these are sitting exactly how to pull them out, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And number 1, 2, 3, 4 was the worst. You can tell right here, just because of the way it is. So we'll have to look into that. All right, YouTube. Did go ahead and get the engine all torn apart. Those heads are gonna have to go to the machine shop. They need some attention. The pistons, I'm gonna let Mike look at those. I personally think they're gonna need some attention, but he, like I said, he's gonna know better than I am. I'm not a professional engine builder by any means. I just kind of have an understanding of how all this stuff works. Can I rebuild an engine? Yeah, I can rebuild an engine. Am I the best at it out of all of Oklahoma? No. There's way better guys out there. But for the average, me, you, anyone else who out there who, doesn't want to spend $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 rebuilding an engine, you want to try to do it for the cheapest way possible, this is definitely going to be the way you're going to go. So, I do appreciate you guys tuning into this video. We shall see you guys next week on a brand new episode. So don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.